Dun, 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 dun. To Liberation Industries, Whimsy and Metaphor, Ruralpunk, Session 3, Part 2 of 3, question mark. Brilliant. So yes, we can't. It's like shot comes up on like a sort of street side standing cafe table, and two sort of like little steaming cups or something, and just Sergeant Small and Madeleine leaning on the table. It's like, look, I'm not saying it was your fault. I recognize, gestures around his face. We've all got our reasons, but yeah, look, if I actually catch you doing that sort of thing, I have to shoot you. You know that, right?
Like, Sergeant.
So we're clear. I mean...
There aren't steps between nothing and shooting?
Look, this is the Wild West. You just got to kind of accept that. What else can I do? I'm just one man. Just one man. Like, I actually got a gun in his hand. It's like, oh shit, sorry. Like, puts it back away. I'm not fucking around though. Just like, can we not? I mean, can you channel this into something else for all our sakes?
Yes, Sergeant.
All right, warning delivered. You hungry? You want a donut or something?
I'm okay, thank you.
Oh, okay. Well, I'll have one. Sort of gestures at the waitress, and yeah, you sort of see some pastry come out in a paper bag, and like, next time.
Madeleine's just like sitting there, like fuming for like, I don't know, half an hour, an hour.
Yeah. Yeah. Official warning received. You get a few looks from the other clientele, and it's sort of like the classic old lady tut kind of shake as you sort of trying to bring that down a little.
Madeleine's first instinct is to start plotting some kind of elaborate mechanical revenge. It takes her the full hour to realize that this mightn't be the best idea.
It's like, if I capture the sergeant with a mechanical... Wait, no.
Elaborate Mechanical Revenge is my new band name.
We've had some good ones. Nice.
Or animatronic, maybe, instead of mechanical.
Yeah.
Get really, like, step up the whole diorama thing to, like...
Well, if you use animatronic, then clearly it's a steampunk giraffe song. Steam-powered giraffe, sorry, my fault.
Yeah. Alright. Meanwhile, in the deep woods, because you've got like a pile of grudges and I should really use some of those. Standing side by side are Professor Hans Muller and Professor Dana Scully, former it's like a bacterial specialist from the University of Queensland specialising in wetland permaculture, and the latter Australia's foremost Sasquatch expert. And it's like they're tramping through the bush. It's like, I'm very excited to see what you have for us, Mark. Shut up. If you make any more noise, the possums will come back, and I will save the last bullet for me, I swear. As we sort of see the three of them cresting the hill and looking down onto the catchment where you were last time, it's like gestures at Scarly. It's like, you're going to love this. Gestures at Mula. This is going to fuck your mind. Or her brow. Maybe I was meant to deliver those the other way around. Anyway, follow me and sort of see them crunching down the hill.
What's that?
So, Maggie is going to actually use her actually use her grudges quite altruistically. She's going to be aiding the Institute. With a partial, so that's good. But it does mean that she is marginally less angry at you.
Woo!
I get to move some dots around on some paper. So, as the days go on, you see something that surprises you a little. Like, for one, the folks who run the Institute seem to be taking more coffee breaks. You see them bustling around town in their sort of strange, cobbled together observation vehicles. More than once, you see them with Maggie, who quite pointedly doesn't give you a second look. And they are gathering, like enthusiastically gathering these big tanks of pond water, which brings the Institute one step closer to their upcoming objective. I'm going to put that on the thing, but it is just an attractive-looking red blob. You know what I'm doing by now.
And what we know that Paddy is doing by now is having his internet drop out.
Mogulby is not the only place with subpar internet. All of Australia has subpar internet.
This has been a PSA.
Living the dream, huh?
That was a bit. That LARPing got too intense.
That's all right. We get the fine view of Anthony while it.
Yeah, very attractive lizard.
Yeah.
But yes. Anyway, so big tankers of pond water. Maggie helping. They seem very enthused, and I have marked a notch on the paint document, but you don't need to see that. You know what I'm doing.
Yeah.
If they get to 4 of those, something happens.
And I'm sure we'll know all about it when that happens.
Oh yeah, they do a thing. A very, very exciting thing. Yeah, like the town is abuzz, both with resentment at certain mobile art pieces and a sort of a scientific enthusiasm, which ranges from the quite measured cafe chatter of microbiologists hammering out life cycles of tiny animals to someone screaming, "It's clearly a manifestation of the psychic Yowie! How can this not be obvious?" Because the Institute has a personnel problem. We are fully aware of this. And sometimes enthusiasm and cardio count for just as much as real qualifications. So, you bump into a lot of lab coats in town. Alright. With that in mind, and their fingers freshly splintered to prevent them texting Kitty again, what has Ron been doing with their time?
You're still. There we are. Nope. I pressed the wrong button. Sorry about that. I was trying to get your video back.
Oh, I see. Yeah.
My fault. Sorry, everybody.
Oh, good.
Live.
Yeah. I'm still wearing the same thing. It's okay.
All of this stalling, and I still haven't made a decision on what Acheron's next move is. Because I kind of like. It's not very productive. I'm pretty sure that Acheron isn't talking to anyone or anybody for the next at least 48 hours. They've been chewed out by Geraldine. They've had the pastor come up. They've been yelled at by Middle Maggie. They're hurt.
They're a tough little bit.
Yeah, they're hurt. Their fingers hurt. They feel shit about Chippy. I think they're going to have a good old-fashioned sulk. But I think what this is going to end up looking like is another go at this this ongoing project to teach the shoulder squirrel how to form its own sentences rather than just stealing other people's.
Yes, teaching it vocabulary.
Yeah. So I think in this case this is going to take the form of Acheron desperately trying to have a conversation with it. And sort of hoping it's much less structured. Last time there were cue cards and there were flashcards. this time it's a lot less structured and there's a lot more yelling at it to sort of get its act together. But
trying to teach it by immersion, but it is. It doesn't seem interested is the problem.
Yes.
Yeah. Awesome. Yeah. Look, I don't think I can act this out because it is like it communicates largely in old Arnie movies, doesn't it?
Just old movies in general.
Old movie quotes, yeah. So if our audience at home could imagine that it is talking back through the medium of Conan the Destroyer, specifically Conan the Destroyer.
Yeah.
Just, fill it in, folks.
Right,
YouTube exists for a reason.
Roll one of my actions. So there's no there's no sort of linked skill for this, I believe.
It can be whichever one you like. Yeah.
Okay, cool. So I think in this case, because it's more of an angry process, I think in this case we're going to go with enforce.
That seems right. You're sort of trying to discipline it, essentially.
Yeah, trying to bludgeon some knowledge into its head. We're not sure what it uses for a thinky thing, but whatever that is.
Yeah. We haven't even established if it is a physical presence. It's like, we don't know. Like, there's a lot of unknowns in this world.
We just know that nobody can see it or hear it except Acheron. We haven't really established what Acheron sees either.
Yeah, yeah.
5.
Wow. Cool. So yeah, you get a couple of tips of progress on that.
Yep. So, couple here meaning 2. Alright, that's halfway on the clock.
Nice. That's good progress. So, eventually I think you get it to a point where it's like something is like...
I have a thing for this.
Go on, yeah.
Acheron sort of rants and raves all day and sort of like getting up and moving around the room and hands going everywhere, and some of it's angry and some of it's at the shoulder squirrel and some of it's just sort of at the world in general, getting only these movie quotations spat back at them until finally they run out of energy and they sit down on the little mattress on the floor bed and just sort of look over at the general direction of the shoulder squirrel and go, I don't mean to take it out on you, it's just... I just wish that sometimes you'd be a little more forthcoming, you know? And then you hear sort of the little shoulder squirrel after a moment goes, that's rough, buddy. I mean, I'm sorry you're having a bad day, Ron.
Yep.
If I may ask everybody to imagine the hamster gif.
Very good. Yeah. Spooky. Yeah, you know. So yeah, like you. Yeah, so like that teaches you a couple of valuable lessons. You learn that not only can it actually talk in its own words, it also recognizes you, and it's not just broadcasting against whatever it not just trying to cantilever off whatever you say. It's like it actually recognizes, knows who you are.
Yep, this may not be a good thing.
Which presumably means it can hear other people talking, because I don't know that you use your own name when you talk to yourself that much. It's like, maybe you do.
It is Acheron. I wouldn't be surprised.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not going to draw too long a bow on that one, but
I think the idea that specifically it recognizes the concept of Acheron as a person versus someone nearby as an entity is probably important in this case. You start from basics when you're talking about the wild strain.
Yeah, and just assuming that everyone around it is just like a disconnected set of voices on a radio station. It's like, okay, you can see. Or at least maybe it can see what you see. Who knows? That's going to take more research.
Yes.
Alright. So yeah, you get your double take in your little leaky bunker. Grim team, grim. Yeah. So as that has worn on, when do we reckon the two of you would aim to rendezvous again? Or has Madeleine thought that maybe Acheron needs to be coaxed out into the open?
Yeah, we're going to see one of the half shitty like local punk bands.
All right,
yeah.
get the punk band generator ready. Is there a punk band name generator? I'm gonna find out.
There must be. I'm going with. No, if we can randomly generate one, it'll be awesome.
Yeah.
Give me a second. All right, let's see. What's input?
Okay.
Crazy. Too many missing variables. I'm not gonna feed it information. I need randomness. I need randomness in my life. We said punk. Punk rock.
Okay.
Oh wankers. That's the leader.
What was it? Sorry.
Oh wankers.
Oh, wankers.
The other suggestions include creeping as and Bus Rosen.
And what? Sorry, I missed the last one.
Bus Rosen.
Bus Rosen. That's very
Bizarre.
avant-garde.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah. Oh, wankers. Why not?
Yeah.
Oh wankers it is.
Yep.
Is it O wankers like O apostrophe, like a surname, or OH?
OH, yeah.
Okay, that makes a little bit more sense.
Whether they have the comma in the logo, I don't know. It's like, where is the punctuation?
I like the idea that they've shortened it to just O wankers because O without the H because it's one it's a joke on orgasm. And the other thing is it's more old style. It's got like a hint of that like 1800s novel kind of style before they started putting the H in. So it's that very much that it's highbrow and lowbrow at the same time, guys. It's clever.
Yeah. Yeah, sorry, I just gotta add these fun new characters to the roster.
Or is it also a Roy Orbison reference?
I reckon it is, and one of them tried to explain Roy Orbison to the others, and it didn't work.
Mm.
So he's managed to get a Roy Orbison cover passed through as an original song because none of the others know who he is.
Yeah, I also think, if I may interject here, that this band is from one of the neighbouring towns that the seagulls play against. So it's like you've got a bar full of seagulls trying to make everybody not enjoy it, but not too hard because you've got Chippy there keeping the peace. But it's like it's a bit weird, and there's a few people that are into it, and there's a few people that are like, it's a small town punk band where we got exactly what we expected from this experience, and then just this corner of surly footballers.
Yep.
Drinking in the corner of the bar.
Waiting for trouble. Yeah.
What a sweetheart.
Love it. All right. So, what form does this invite take, or is it just Madeleine busting into the bunker door and just raiding the kitchen and saying, "We're going out. Where's the beer?"
Yeah. Madeleine gets one of her other cars. I'm thinking like one of those tiny 3-door like hatchback kind of deals. It's white. It's no longer glossy. Yeah.
That distinct matte white that comes from it losing all of its luster.
Yes, yeah. It wasn't supposed to be matte. And there are just like nondescript stickers and stuff on it. Like half bumper stickers that have half come off, and yeah.
Yeah.
A kind of
Lost
ideological
slogans.
camo.
Madeleine rocks up, beeps the horn, then gets out of the car and knocks on the door.
I think probably sort of.
You know the horn, by the way.
Oh, of course I know the horn. I know all the horns.
There
all
are a
of
lot.
Madeleine's horns. They are very distinctive. There are a lot of them, and Acheron knows all of them. Sort of get this moment of like the doorknob like rattling around as Acheron tries to turn it with the finger splints on. Finally, sort of the latch, like there's some cursing, the latch goes, the doorknob turns, and Acheron opens the door. Yeah.
Madeleine's like, what?
Pissed
Why do
off
you have
Chippy.
splints on your fingers?
A pissed off Chippy.
I think Madeleine takes the splints off. Like, I don't think these are going to help with your frostborn.
Said it'd stop me texting him though.
Such a sook.
Madeleine gives Ron a hug.
Acheron doesn't understand hugs. But he does understand pats on the back, which is what they do.
Then takes the splints off.
Yeah.
And it's like, get in, we're going to the pub.
Oh, it's that band tonight, isn't it?
Yes. Oh, wankers are playing.
Acheron
Chippy
sort
said
of,
they weren't bad.
Yeah, I don't mind him. Sort of glances at the shoulder squirrel, and sort of were we staying in for a drink first, or are we going out to the immediately?
Oh, it hasn't been decided.
Yeah. I think Acheron's going to sort of head out and then look at the wristwatch and go, it's a couple hours, isn't it?
Yeah, but Chippy will be there.
I think Acheron's probably Acheron's sort of debates for a moment with like I don't really want to see Chippy, but as long as Madeleine's the one talking to Chippy. Yeah, all right, let's go.
Nice. Well, yep.
Yeah.
The spinning in and out seagull.
Yeah. Please, can that be all of our scene transitions for downtime? Is a spinning seagull.
Is it barrel rolling, or is it like
I just imagined a photograph of a seagull just spinning,
just like rotating like across?
I think it's a different PowerPoint slide every time. It's different PowerPoint transitions. So one of the times it's like a wipe, and one of the times it's like those, you know, the cross hatching. Yep. By the way, dear listeners, if any of you are watching this at any point and would like to make us a Chippy the Seagull logo, we do accept fan art.
Oh yeah, that'd be great. Cool. So I'm just trying to think. Okay, yeah, you head over, and if it's a little ways before the band is kicked off, oh geez, yeah, we've got our usual, I guess, our usual groups, like the Gulls fans are there in jerseys. They've sort of swarmed the beer garden and are just like, they've got a beer tower, but they're not using it with the tap. They're like taking turns drinking out of it.
Of course.
And you know, like standing on each other's shoulders to do so. In the sort of darker, cooler shadows of the of the sort of band room, Toby and his pals are hanging around, sort of tactically blowing smoke out the window so that they don't have to deal with the bright sunlight that'll be hanging around for another hour or so. And yeah, there's a like you've got the last of the regulars too, the last of the sort of day drinkers, the farmer looking types who are hanging around. Don't know whether they'll stay for the band, but
We'll see how the first set goes, and we'll walk out if they feel it necessary. But
yeah. As the two of you arrive and sort of get settled at one of your usual tables, the one where we have all of the planning flashbacks where you're pointing at napkins.
It's always the same table. Like they were all filmed at now we're going to film all the planning flashbacks, and they're just all at the one spot.
The same place.
They just filmed one, and we used the footage in different sequences for different flashback for different planning montages.
What, and green screened it in when you need a different person?
Yeah.
Oh no. We had a very low budget, everyone.
You never see anybody else's face, they're all voiceovers, so you just get different voiceovers over the hands sometimes.
Pointing fingers at the napkins, yep. Oh boy. But yes, so you take up your usual spots and you sort of glance at the empty bandstand, glance out the door, and you hear a novelty horn as the tour bus, which is some sort of co-opted combi van, rolls up with some people hanging onto the skirting boards. Novelty horn goes da 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 da. And this, and the crew of wankers pile out with the rest of their. Alright, should we give the next town over a name? Names are hard, I know, but and I'm just trying to think what their crew would look like.
We're logging country, so we're not near any shores or anything.
Yeah.
I can't do Australian place names with my D&D campaign. I can just give you vaguelish English countryside sounding things.
Yeah.
I think the town name is Bellingong.
Bellingong, easy.
I like it.
Yeah. And what crew do we think that Owankers travels with? It's are they crust punks or country punks or two-toners or what? It is the future in the country.
Yeah, I was sort of seeing. I must admit, I was sort of seeing a bit smaller than that. I was thinking sort of extremely local. Their crew is the friends and family of the band kind of size.
Nice. Yep.
And a couple of just the 5 or 6 that show up to every concert and offer to help the drummer with the kit and all of that sort of thing.
Yeah. I am seeing
the drummer plays for the opposing rugby team.
Yeah.
He isn't super into punk specifically, but couldn't join any other bands and is friends with the people.
Yeah.
So they've come with a bus with most of their turnout is the team coming to just see the drummer and get drunk.
To see their front row play the drums. Yeah.
Yep.
Nice. So the two of us arriving behind the band combi is the team team bus of the Bellingong Bulls.
Yep.
So yeah, you see the little bus but come in, it's the rangy sort of lead guitarist and the singer sort of pile out looking tired and washed out and pale, and then behind them rolls up the rugby bus with a sort of just pounding out of the subwoofer in the base of it.
Yeah.
And it's we think, it's not that bad. It's no. Yep, so they begin to set up on the bandstand.
I know.
What are you all doing?
I was just gonna say, I know it's not one of our factions, and we don't have to institute this in any way. But I'm seeing chippy nods to the mascot of this underground. The mascots will keep all of the teams in line, sort of led by Chippy. This kind of
bless Chippy.
There's a moment, and
unofficial guild of rugby mascots.
there's a moment as like the band is setting up and Chippy steps in from the beer garden, sort of in full seagull regalia. One of the guys behind him is like, "Hey, you're not welcome here," and just he holds up a wing.
Yeah.
And locks eyes with Cowbell, the mascot of the Bulls, who holds up a hoof in a similar motion.
Yeah.
And it's like, it's like, save it for the floor, boys. It's like, keep it on the field. The tensions are
so good. If only there was Chippy. If only Chippy was in Verona. Romeo and Juliet would have gone so much differently.
A little bit.
Madeleine's trying to get Chippy's attention, but like...
Yep. There is a moment where the bar staff turn up the music, like the sort of radio a bit, get some sort of pre-show music going. The chant goes up from all of the Gulls fans and just Chippy, and like they sort of connect the beer tower to his beak, and he manages to scull it with this sort of crucified no hands stance, and he looks like he's working. It's going to be a little tricky to catch his attention. But you can absolutely try. But tensions are running hot.
He's working.
And you just see him destroying this yard glass with like a no hands fucking power stance. It's like, and like both the Gulls and a few of the younger Bulls sort of cheer as well. So.
Oh my goodness.
Yep. So,
delight.
Yeah.
Is it Chippy is also known as Chippy, like not in costume as well, right? That's become like his name.
Yeah, that's become his name.
His name is Michael, but everyone calls him Chippy.
That's right. We did name Chippy after all.
Yeah. Michael Lou is a good guy.
Yeah.
But everyone calls him Chippy. Yep.
Madeleine's trying to convince the DJ to put on Hey Mickey.
Oh my goodness.
The DJ, also, the public and a weathered-looking woman in her late 60s. A bit old. It's like, why not go for a classic?
Gets it on compact disc.
Yeah.
It sort of blows off the CD. It's like,
blows off the CD, my god.
Yeah.
So many people out there just went, at that sentence.
Wipes it with, like, the bartending rag.
I hate both of you.
Yep.
It's got a scratch in it.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
You're lucky I like classical music. Alright. So in this simmering tension and the sun is setting, the lights are sort of being bathed, the place is bathed in that sort of murky, warm red twilight as this place suddenly full of rugby fans and at least the band seemed to roll in with extended family as well. So they've got a couple of partners. There's at least one baby, and then two 6-year-olds kicking around.
I have this image stuck in my head now. Just going back to the Hey Mickey thing, of this scratched CD just skipping. So you get this weirdly dystopian. Oh Mickey, you're so hey. Hey!
Also, allows us to roll in with fair use.
It's physically impossible to play more than 10% of this song.
Yeah. So the music fires up. What is your plan, Madeleine?
What's my plan?
Or was that just set dressing? I thought it was a set up for something.
Oh, for Hey Mickey. Yeah, I'm trying to get Chippy's attention.
Nice.
Is there a part 2 of this plan?
No! Make eyes at him and hope he looks at me.
All right.
Oh, I love Madeline so much.
We're going to do a fortune roll because of Madeleine's particular social skills. We will see how positively this goes. And I love consequences. Consequences are grand. So, Pepe, you choose what social skill you would like Madeleine to try and attract attention with, and then roll some dice, and we'll see how that goes. Right?
I'm still going to choose because it's going to be funny to choose.
Mm-hmm.
Invoke is like bring out emotions.
Yeah, I think so.
Yep.
Yeah.
We're going to go with invoke then.
Yeah, because none of y'all are magic, so it's like, so invoke is public speaking, I guess.
Yep.
Yeah.
All right, cool.
Now, do you have a condition on that one? I can't remember.
No, I don't. I'm just really bad at it.
It's fun in its own way.
I know. I'm kind of loath to put actually any points into it because it's just too good to.
Just keep rolling like that, yeah.
Oh no! It's a 1.
Oh.
Okay, this is fine. Nice.
Oh,
All right.
no.
So, yeah, as Chippy sort of like deposits the yard glass back on the ground to like universal adulation. Now empty yard glass. Everyone kind of swarms in around him, and like he's getting high fives on his wing from the stage. Like we hear the band starting to tune up, and the drummer sort of does the glances left, glances right. We just get a wave of distorted guitar, and the drummer's like, "Oh shit, that's my signal! 1, 2, 3, 4." So they thrash into their opening song, and you get all of like a high five from Chippy as he sort of passes in the mosh pit. At which point you're sort of swallowed by this mass of sweaty people in rugby shirts.
I'm seeing this thing of Mads getting swept up with the crowd, and Acheron sort of turns around, does the useless, wait, no. Gone. Well.
It was nice while it lasted. All right.
Yeah, Madeleine's gonna try and not get crushed.
Yep. It is a bit of a running challenge. As to say that the night got sloppy would imply that it didn't start that way. As things sort of wear on, like there's this crash of the team's like two amorphous kind of life forms sort of crash into each other and back again, sort of like each battling for a sort of greater share of dance floor. Occasionally, little tendrils breaking off to go and suck at the bar for more alcohol.
It's like West Side Story, only with mosh pits.
A little bit. And yeah, in time, dancing. both like Chippy, much worse dancing. Both Chippy and Cowbell are lost in the morass. Yeah. So I feel like you have one of those odd sort of moments of quiet as one of the songs winds down. You just sort of find yourself ejected, like carried like a wave, a swarm of people who all go out to smoke, and you just sort of deposited. You blink. I'm inside. You blink, and it's like, how am I sitting at a table outside? When did I get this mojito? Who are these people? You're just with the bass player's wife who's just bouncing a baby, nods in acknowledgement.
So good.
Yeah.
Oh.
Like, I can't get him to sleep. Without the noises, he just won't give up. The kid needs Duff. It's like, what are you talking about, Cheryl? The kid cannot live on Duff alone. Yeah, but he needs it to chill out. You get it? You follow, don't you? She bounces the baby again and glances over at you.
Yeah, you're like, yeah, I say something about as a kid. I always found it easier to sleep in the car or something.
Points over her shoulder. Exactly. It's like, mother knows. Just, sort of wraps the baby back in a papoose. What is Ron making of the concert as this strange, strange dance floor battle sort of weaves and wanes across the night?
I think for a while they were probably looking for Madeleine, but that's fallen by the wayside just a little bit. I think they've just accepted that Madeleine is gone now. Eventually they will find Madeleine again. Once the footballers... Because there's always a few of them that have to leave early because they went too hard too early. So once the crowd sort of simmers down a bit, they're confident that Madeleine will surface again.
Madeleine...
Sorry?
She's way too awkward to actually, leave without, another reason. So she's stuck talking to the bass player and his wife during, the set break. Until either he has to go and play again, or she finishes her mojito.
And can say, I'm going to get another drink and just...
Yeah.
Question, I made the joke before about mint, but does Madeleine actually like mojitos?
No! No!
Because I was like, is this a situation where you're sort of, sipping it and, I have to get through this in order to get out of this conversation, but I don't want to put any more of this in my mouth than I have to at a time. Is that what's going on? Or...
Yeah, also because I don't know, it was bought for me by someone at the table as well, so I have to drink it. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
I think Acheron's actually just enjoying the concert, honestly. I think it's not their favourite band, but it is a regular in the little town. And it's one that they always enjoy, so
yeah.
I think
they throw a good party.
They throw a good party. I think Acheron's a little bit annoyed that the dance floor is making it a bit hard to hear some of the lyrics, but then again, bar acoustics are never quite what you want for lyrics, so...
It's like the music still hits like a sledgehammer, which is exactly what you want it to do.
Exactly.
As you are sort of, go on.
I was just going to say that I love how we have, all kinds of cyberpunk technology stuff and, weird magic taking over the places, and our biggest fantasy at this point has been to go to the pub.
And listen to a live band. Listen, it's lockdown. It's lockdown.
Yeah. Quarantine times, kids. Love it, right?
Quarantine has been extended, so...
Mind that there were 2 whole sports teams there.
Yeah.
When would we ever have said we'd like sports? Well, they're involved. So look, as Acheron is, refreshes drink, sort of casts around, is like, where the heck could Madeleine have got to? Yeah, second set will start soon. I'm sure it'll work out.
Yeah.
You see, Toby Small sort of pilot away from the bar with the traditional pyramid, sort of beer triangle, back towards his table, only to sort of bump at stomach level into a disturbingly large Bulls player. Beer right down the fella's crotch. And there is that moment of the bear confronting the annoying rabbit as Toby freezes in place, and we hear the larger man's shoulder muscles cranking into action, and a low rumble beginning to emerge. What do you do?
In a move that I believe is becoming increasingly in character, Acheron turns immediately to magic for this situation.
Okay, what could go wrong?
And attempts to sort of calm down the situation.
Cool. We don't usually push ourselves in free play, but you have the option to do so if you like.
No, I think we're just gonna. It won't be a very serious. Oh no, it'll be a serious attempt, but it won't be a very serious.
Yeah.
Please don't kill anyone this time.
It's like, well, that contact died. It was nice knowing him.
Yeah. So.
Also, don't kill the.
Yeah, don't kill the opposing teams.
Yep.
That might start something. Yeah.
So I think that's just the one for magic, isn't it?
Yeah, just the one dies for now. Yeah.
That's a 5.
Cool. So yeah. Ooh. How would it ask for more? I wonder. You can tick defiance if you do want to. If you can think of a good way.
All right. So
Don't kill them.
No.
Yeah.
Okay. I think
because obviously everyone's drink sort of gets this sort of slow, like gentle sweeping patina of ice over the top of it.
Yeah, I think in this case it's Acheron sacrifices the keg. Someone's halfway through a keg stand and suddenly it turns to ice, and you see this ice like racing up the thing, and his mates pull him off the keg as like frozen beer sort of creates a miniature ice fountain out the top just before it's like this poor person has pulled off of the keg stand just in time.
Yep. It's like, yeah, we just hear as the line go on. Yeah,
that is mark of defiance or don't mark of defiance.
Mark of defiance. Yeah.
Okay.
So you just hear from Party Central. It's like Chippy's trademark. Oh shit! As he like pulls the fella off the tap, and it just explodes in like a mess of frosty beer. Yeah. Everyone's like, whoa!
And then Acheron's gonna sort of as the confusion starts, the calm spreads a little bit, and you can see this like muscle-bound rugby player's shoulders relax. Calls over to, was it Tony or Toby?
Toby, yeah.
Toby. Hey, Toby.
And it's like, yeah, it's just, the big fella just sort of clamps a like ham hand onto his shoulder, and it's like, careful where you're going with those, bud. chuckles to himself and dusts like frozen beer off his crotch.
Yeah.
I'm like, could happen to anybody. Everyone chuckles at the exploding keg, and it's like, we just hear the barkeeper shout, it's like, only stout from here, everybody. We're out of lager. Grumble, grumble. Cool, yep. So you very gently get Toby out of the arc of that, and hey Rod, how's it going?
Yeah, you not in any trouble with the muscles over there?
Let's keep walking.
Yeah, I think Acheron sort of attempts to does the whole. Were you getting those for someone? Maybe you should get another round.
It's like still pointing. I'm letting gravity take its course right now, Ron. That is where we are going. And I think 2/3 of a beer that is now 1/3 ice. I think that we're gonna call this a win. I also
love it how nobody has commented on like the fact that everything, like all of the beer has just turned to ice. I think, has the mojito iced over outside?
I feel like everything did. Like, yeah. It's like, that's weird. I think the exploding keg has sort of been greeted as like a fireworks display.
Yeah.
It's almost like a chanting kind of moment.
And of course, Toby's just rolling with this. But then you can hear behind the bar, there's a sort of, what the fuck? what the fuck? Like, kind of conversation going on. I don't know what the fuck. Do you know what the fuck?
Every tap. What is this? We're gonna have to redo the lines.
Madeleine, when the mojito frosts over, Madeleine looks around, sees all the other drinks frosts over, and it's like, oh fuck. And
I feel like at this point, Madeleine should just assume the worst every time any ice occurs ever.
Open the freezer. Oh fuck! Yeah, no, she's everything frosts over, and she's like, gestures to her frozen drink, and kind of goes back inside.
Better get a top up, and like the bass player sort of stamps out his spliff, and it's like, all right, got to get back on stage. See you on the other side, Bubba. And yeah, like the child just happily sleeping in the papoose. So, wankers hammer out their second set, including Born to Wank and Power Wank, and their all-time favorite. All-time favorite. So yes, how do we think the night winds up? I can fortune dice and say how bad the fallout is. But yeah, you just watch Chippy skanking like a motherfucker in the middle of the crowd, and everyone loves that.
He's still in the suit? Has he come out of the suit?
Nope.
He has not come out of the suit. The suit the suit is probably twice its original weight from the amount of sweat he has danced into it.
Oh.
I'm imagining like pirate ship or prison film fight to the death kind of thing with the the ring of all of the rugby players around, like two semicircles of the either teams, with Chippy and the cowbell having a dance off in the middle.
Yeah.
Go.
I'm seeing eventually everyone's pretty drunk by this point. Eventually one of them falls over, trips the other one up, a cheer goes up from the rugby players, they pull each other to their feet, slapping mascot hands on mascot backs.
Yeah, Fight Club hug at the end of it. Yep.
I think Acheron spends way more time than expected talking to Toby. They just wanted to listen to the music, but there's all sorts of conversations about life, the universe, and everything going on at the table. But they do enjoy the band nevertheless, and eventually manage to claim it's time for them to go find Madeleine and leave the table.
Nice. All right. Unless we want to leave the sort of vagaries of how the night pans out to a few sort of flickering, overexposed scenes, which is in character, admittedly. Yeah, you have one more action kicking around, I believe, Pepe. So you have a plan for that.
Oh, I have one more downtime action.
Yeah, because you did your rebellion, but I think you've got one more left. If you want to have a think about where that might take us, whether it's here at the bar or just as a what happens next kind of thing.
Yeah, sure. Give me time.
Do we want to take a 5-minute break while we
We're about at that point, I think. Yeah.
Why not? Why not?
Cut to tomorrow, and we can do the last downtime action in the last 45 minutes or so that we'll have left for the episode.
We can have a think about where we'll start the next one as well. Sort of what our next mission might be.
Sounds good.
So we'll take 5. See you on the other side, gang. If it works for you.
See you on the other side.